Hey guys, Legoinator here, and today we'll be discussing how the rebels stole the plans to the second Death Star. After the addition of Rogue One into the Star Wars mythology, we now know how the rebels stole the plans to the first Death Star seen in Episode 4, A New Hope. But what you probably don't know is how they stole the plans to the second Death Star seen in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. But luckily for you, your old pal from a galaxy far, far away, Legoinator, is here to fill you in. And yes, for all you Star Wars nerds out there, all of the information I use in this video is canon and is also linked below. First off, the rebels didn't actually steal the plans to the second Death Star. In fact, the plans were actually deliberately leaked to them. By whom, you may ask? The Emperor himself. What? Why? Well, you see, in an effort to gain an apprentice in Luke and destroy the Rebel Alliance once and for all, the Emperor actually had the plans to the second Death Star leaked to the Alliance, plus the information he would be overseeing the final stages of construction. Most of the information regarding the space station's specifications and presumed capabilities was leaked through the Botham Spynet to the Rebel Alliance. If you don't know what the Botham Spynet is, they are basically a coordinated intelligence network that operated during the time of the Galactic Civil War. Currently, there is no information on how they got the plans. All we know is that they suffered heavy casualties in obtaining them. What I speculate happened is the Emperor leaked some information to the Botham Spynet regarding the whereabouts of the plans, and all they did was send a team to investigate and obtain the plans, very much the same way the rebels sent the Rogue One group to obtain the Death Star 1's plans. But there was one thing wrongly documented in the plans: the super laser. You see, in the plans it was documented the super laser was still unoperational, but as we saw at the Battle of Endor, it was in fact very operational. So this was a piece of information the Emperor probably tampered with to trick the Alliance into a false sense of security. The information the Emperor was overseeing the final stages of construction, well, that was leaked also from the Botham Spynet at the same time they leaked the Death Star 2's plans. But this information was also mostly confirmed through intel gathered by the Corona Squadron, which was an X-Wing starfighter Rebel Alliance squadron. While stationed on 5251977, an uninhabited moon of the Hadula system, the squadron was tasked with investigating an abnormally large Imperial fleet that the Alliance's remote sensors had picked up. While investigating it and seeing its unbelievably insane size, one of the squadron's members, Thane Kurul, a former Imperial lieutenant, concluded the cruisers must be set up in preparation of someone's arrival. The only person that important, the Emperor. Right after concluding this though, sadly his squadron was ambushed by TIE/IN intercopters who had been tasked by the Empire to ambush the rebels and destroy all their starfighters apart from one, which would be allowed to escape. Meaning this whole setup with star cruisers scattered at Hadula was actually all part of the Emperor's master plan, and he actually wanted the Alliance to find out about the gathering. After gathering the intel, Corona Squadron returns back to the main Rebellion fleet and delivers to them what they found out about the Imperial gathering, and Thane tells his theory of it all being an escort for the Emperor, which ties in perfectly with the information the Rebellion got off the Botham Spynet. Not wasting any time, the Rebellion plans for an attack on the Death Star 2, exactly what the Emperor wanted, and the rest is Star Wars history. Nice work, Emperor, nice work. Let's hope Supreme Leader Snoke has way better plans than that. So that finally brings us to the end of today's video. This one was definitely a lot of fun to research and make for you guys, and I would greatly appreciate it if you would smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below if you liked this type of video and what you'd like me to cover next in the Star Wars mythology. How about if this video hits 10 likes by next Friday? My following video will be on what Obi-Wan Kenobi was up to in the time gap between episode 3 and episode 4. See you next time. Legoinator out.